Hey guys, I want to try to set something up. All right, let's see if we can do this. As big as I can go. Yep. But I can do this. Haha. So now we can look at this and answer questions. All right. Okay, so we're on 2.2, the golden age of the Maya. It says, as you read chapter 2, the golden age of Maya, complete the following charts and answer the questions to using complete sentences. In the following chart, on the left side, Charnay wrote in his journal about the rainforest. On the right side, his words have been paraphrased or restated in different words. Fill in the blank spaces in the chart. The first one has been completed as an example. All right, so let's look at it. It said, number one, the rain is insistent. The rain is insistent. Based on what we know, based on things like when we use the context clues, what or how could we paraphrase that? What could we do to paraphrase that? Well, it rains all the time. When something's insistent, it does it all the time. Like a little kid, when they want something, they can be awfully persistent. They want it. They're going to bug you till they get it. That's just how it is. Number two, it says vegetable mold settled on our hats. Vegetable mold settled on our hats. What's another way that we could possibly paraphrase that? Mold. Vegetable mold settled on our hats. So basically, what it is, when it said settled, it means the mold grows. Okay, the mold grows on our hat. It grows on our hat because of the humidity, moisture, and everything else in the air. Just imagine walking around with your hat and then all of a sudden you look over and there's mold growing on it. That's something you want to see, isn't it? All right. The mud was everywhere. So we need to find the sentence over here that explains what the paraphrase means. There was mud everywhere. Where's the sentence that talks about it? Okay, it says, we live in mud, we are covered in mud, and we breathe in mud. So, and I'm going to put quotation marks because I'm taking something directly from the text. We live in mud. We are covered in mud. And we breathe in mud. So basically, all this is, okay, this is the thing out of the text. And what has happened is we are paraphrasing it or putting it in simpler terms. So, other thing says the damp seems to penetrate the very marrow of our bones. What does that mean? That it's penetrated even to our bones. Remember, penetrate means to go through or like to be on something. When it was so damp that we could feel it. It's kind of like that. We felt the dampness deep inside of our bodies. We felt how much rain. We felt the cold. We felt everything. So we fell, the dampness, deep inside our bodies. There's something underneath there. We felt it deep down inside of our bodies. And we found that all on one page, which is page 8 in your reader. And how do I know it's page 8? Well, right there, page 8. Okay. Now, number 2. The following chart, right here, the following chart label groups and people where they live in relation to the position in society, how close to the temple they were. So actually, that's already been done right here. So it's kind of like when you do the matching, like where did the farmers live? Where do the kings and priests live? Where do the craftsmen and where do the nobles live? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put them in kind of like a hierarchy. And when you do the hierarchy, you start with the people that are on top. And out of farmers, kings and priests, craftsmen, and nobles, who were the people on top? Was the kings and the priests. Okay, underneath them, you have your nobles. Then your craftsmen. And then your farmers. All right, so where did they live? How close did they live to the areas? So think about it. The kings and the priests, where did they live? The kings and the priests are some of the most important people in this area, so they would want to be where the action was. So they would be in palaces near the city center. So that's where the priests and the kings would be. Now, the nobles, which were the next line up, okay, where would they be? Would they be, I'm going to go ahead and mark this one out. Would they be in the next to the fields? Would they be in the large houses, the palaces, or the smaller houses? They would be in the largest houses outside of the palaces near the city. Okay, craftsmen next to the fields or smaller homes? They would be living in the smaller homes. And then, of course, they're farmers, so they would want to be next to the fields. Okay, so all that information that we got it from when we read on page 9. Okay, so barter system. That barter system comes into play when we talked about, where was that barter system? I'm not crazy. I remember reading about a barter system. We're going to find it. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so we're going to start on page 11. And we're going to do this. Barter system refers to a way of trading or exchanging goods. Imagine that you lived on the coast of the Gulf of Mexico and have traded to a nearby city state to trade and have traveled. I'm sorry, I cannot read today. And have traveled to a nearby city state to trade. What item might you bring to trade? And what do you think you would it be a desirable item to get exchanged? So this right here, you are going to do this one, okay? Okay, you live on the coast and you need to read Trading in the Highlands and the Lowlands just right here, okay? You need to pause the video if you need to. But this is where you're going to get the information to answer the question. You are from the Gulf. You are from the Gulf of Mexico. Okay? So, you are from the people in the lowlands traded for. You are from the highlands, okay? So, you're in this area. People in the highlands, they were doing like the salt, dried fish, and stuff to that extent. So, you are trading to somebody that does not have that. Okay. Number one, what item would you be selling or trading? And would it be desirable? Tell me why you think or why you chose that item and why you think it would be desirable. Now, desirable means everyone wants it. Why do you think? It has to be a logical explanation. All right, now that's the last thing you have to do on this page. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go over to the paraphrase text, which happens to be 2.5. So turn to it. And we're going to be paraphrasing 2.5. Okay, actually, I'm going to go to a different screen. So I will be. Okay, I'll post this video just for this activity, and then on the next activity, you'll have just a paraphrasing. Okay, I will talk